Katie Thurston calls out co-star Cody Menk for rude comment about wedding photos. Katie Thurston deserves a rose for this response. The former Bachelorette alum, who shared her breast cancer diagnosis in February, put former potential suitor Cody Menk on blast after he left a rude comment on her and husband Jeff Arcuri's wedding photos. "Good couple," Cody wrote in a since-deleted Instagram comment on the post from April, according to Parade. "Both solid fives." Katie, who tied the knot with Jeff during an intimate backyard ceremony in March, reshared a screenshot of the comment to Instagram Stories August 6, writing, "Remember this guy from my season? Me either. But he's still here lurking on my page. Thanks for being a fan." Cody was originally a contestant on Katie's season of The Bachelorette in 2021, but was eliminated during the second week of the show. Fans immediately ran to Katie's original Instagram photo, with one saying in the comments, "Where's Cody? I just wanna talk." And the Bachelor Nation alum responded to the quip, writing alongside a laughing crying emoji, "Blocked so I'll never know now." And Cody's comment isn't all Katie has stayed in good spirits about. Last month, the 34-year-old expressed her joy in reaching a milestone in her cancer journey, sharing that her stage 4 metastatic breast cancer had been responding well to treatments. "Today the scans confirmed the tumors are shrinking," she posted to Instagram July 7. "This is amazing news and I am so relieved." Katie, who noted she would likely be on a treatment plan for life, confessed that it actually took her a while to seek medical advice after finding a lump in her breast. "I was diagnosed almost 5 months ago with #breast cancer," she added. "But if I'm being honest, I found the lump maybe 12 months ago. I was 33 years old with no family history. Why would I ever suspect #cancer?" In the months since her diagnosis, the reality star pushed up her wedding to Jeff and also began the IVF process prior to starting chemotherapy. But the chemo has been hard on Katie, who hasn't shied away from detailing some of the more difficult side effects she's been dealing with. "I'm losing my memory," Katie said on Instagram in June. "Going through customs and them being like, 'Where are you coming from?' And I looked at him and I was like, 'I don't remember. I don't remember.'" To learn more about Katie's cancer journey, keep reading. Katie Thurston grew concerned when she discovered a small lump in her breast during the summer of 2024. "I discovered it myself," the Bachelorette alum wrote on her Instagram stories in February 2025. "Thought maybe it was my period. Maybe it was muscle soreness from working out." Because Katie had a benign cyst removed from that same breast when she was 20, she assumed this new lump was something similar. But after it didn't go away, she decided to get it checked out. "Went to the doc thinking it was going to be nothing," she continued. "I was wrong." Katie's doctor referred her to a specialist to get a breast ultrasound. Then, she had a mammogram followed by a biopsy. "Only then can they confirm if it's breast cancer," she said in a March 18, 2025 Instagram video. And she'll never forget the moment she first got the news. "It was the worst feeling I've ever felt," the reality star, whose family doesn't have a history of breast cancer, shared on Good Morning America March 19, 2025. "You're so devastated. It's so shocking. As a 34-year-old woman, you're not prepared." Katie informed her fans of her stage 3 diagnosis on February 15, 2025. "I experienced a range of emotions over the past 2 weeks," she wrote on Instagram. "Despair, anger, sadness, denial, and then strength. Purposeful, ready. I cried a lot." And she expressed her intent to document her journey in the hope of helping others. "One thing I did early on was search other stories like mine," she continued. "Other young women with breast cancer, invasive ductal carcinoma, mastectomy, pregnancy after breast cancer. All of their stories helped. So I intend to be the same for others. This is day 1 of sharing and is going to be a long one. This first step of acceptance of my reality was the hardest. But I am ready to fight this." News of Katie's diagnosis came 5 months after she got engaged to Jeff Arcuri, a comedian she met through Instagram in the spring of 2024. "We thought we'd be planning a wedding," the TV personality continued on GMA. "We thought we'd be trying for a baby. Instead, we know that this year is really dedicated to treatment and getting better." So, Katie and Jeff froze embryos in case her cancer treatments affected her fertility. We retrieved 17 eggs and attempted to fertilize them, she wrote on her Instagram stories March 31, 2025. Of the 17, only 6 were successfully fertilized. But then they have to make it to the blastocyst stage. Only 3 made it. And after genetic testing, we have 2 embryos we were able to freeze, 1 grade B and 1 grade C. This is the reality of IVF. Cody also spoke about the possibility of using a surrogate down the line. Jeff and I discussed the importance of my health and that when the time comes, surrogacy will likely be the best option for us, she wrote on her Instagram stories. A friendly reminder to stop judging celebrities who pursue surrogacy because you don't know what they have going on in their personal lives. However, Cody told GMA she and Jeff are also okay being a childless couple. Cody and Jeff also moved forward with their plans to wed on March 22, 2025 in New York, the bride having made the cross-country move after months of dating long distance. It was so sweet, she told us weekly about their decision to have a ceremony, sharing it took place in the backyard of their apartment with their parents, officiant and newly adopted dog Charlie in attendance. Obviously, we were wanting to plan a wedding and there's a lot of emotions that come in with chemo and the impact and the health. We don't know what the next year looks like. And one night he said, I want to show you that I still love you and that I'm here to stay. And he said, I'll get married to you tomorrow. And while they plan to have a big wedding in the future, she added that Jeff's gesture was him proving that he's here to stay, in sickness and in health. For the groom, there was also a practical element to saying, I do. I also just want to be able to be in the hospital with her and just be like, my wife's in there, he told the outlet. There's more power to that. I don't want to be not with you for any of this. Less than a week after Jeff and Cody wed, she shared that a PET scan detected some spots on her liver and that her cancer is now stage 4. I know stage 4 can sound very scary and it can be, she said in an Instagram video March 28, 2025. But given that I am triple positive and the spots on my liver are fairly small and detected early, I feel very optimistic on my outcome. After receiving her stage 4 diagnosis, Cody gave an update on her treatment plan. The cancer that is within the liver is from the breast cancer, she shared. So in basic terms, my breast cancer is the root and will be the focus. 6 rounds of chemotherapy to start. But right before Cody was scheduled to begin this treatment, she received another update. Today I was supposed to start chemo, she wrote on Instagram April 4, 2025. I had my cold cap, my cold socks, snacks, blankets, medications, entertainment ready. My Aunt Lindsay flew in to be with me this weekend for recovery.